business news now. Brian Quinn is here. New week, it can only mean one thing. New round of tariffs from Donald Trump, Brian.
Indeed, Stuart. Trump taking some time out from his busy schedule, attending the Super Bowl and renaming the Gulf of Mexico to announce what else? New tariffs, this latest round targeting all steel and aluminum imports to the U.S. with a 25% tax. That move will be a harsh blow to U.S. neighbors Canada and Mexico, who each narrowly avoided a blanket 25% tariff on all their goods going to the U.S. last week. Canada and Mexico are America's top trading partners when it comes to metals. The Canadian province of Ontario is especially exposed as a center of Canada's steel industry. America does have a significant trade imbalance in metals, importing roughly twice as much steel and aluminum as it exports. Trump not content to stop there, though. The president also said Sunday that he will be rolling out reciprocal tariffs on trading partners worldwide this coming week. Take a listen.
But if they are charging us 130% and we're charging them nothing, it's not going to stay that way. Every country will be reciprocal. That's right. Every country. It won't affect everybody because there's some where we have similar tariffs. But the ones that are taking advantage of the United States, we're going to have it's reciprocity, it's reciprocal.
Well, meanwhile, some retaliations to Trump's trade wars already taking effect.
Yes, on Monday, China following through on its plan to impose tariffs on U.S. imports in response to Trump's decision to slap duties of 10% on all Chinese goods coming into the U.S. That's on top of some already fairly significant tariffs from both his and Joe Biden's previous administrations. Beijing hitting U.S. oil, automobiles, and farm equipment with 10% tariffs, liquefied natural gas from America getting a 15% tax. That's on top of some other retaliatory measures, such as an antitrust investigation launched against Google, export controls on rare earth minerals like tungsten, which is crucial in high-tech and weapons applications. Beijing has also added two major American firms to its unreliable entities list. Those rejoinders were widely seen as fairly measured and mostly symbolic, an effort by the Chinese government to encourage a negotiated de-escalation. But unlike with Canada and Mexico, whose leaders initially got Trump to pause his blanket tariffs via last-minute phone call negotiations, Trump has so far shown little inclination to talk with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping, saying he is in no rush. Analysts say that reticence is surprising given the high stakes for American companies that rely on Chinese imports.
It's a bit surprising that the American government is going to allow its companies to suffer without even a phone call to the president of China. The thing is, we are in the beginning of the Trump administration. Right now, he's riding high. So right now, because one thing that people don't understand is that a lot of American companies are certainly lobbying the American government to stop the retaliation, right? Let's negotiate this. But right now, Trump is not listening to anybody.
So what kind of reactions then, Brian, are we seeing on the market so far?
Well, Asian indexes mostly managed to stay positive on Monday. The Nikkei in Tokyo closing just barely north of the flat line as Nippon Steel lost 0.5% after Trump said the Japanese metals giant will be allowed to make a significant investment in U.S. steel, but not take over its American rival entirely. Chinese indexes, though, doing fairly well amid a run-up in tech shares in Hong Kong. The Hang Seng up around 1.75% at the close. Here in Europe, a fairly muted open as investors digest that latest raft of tariff threats. European automakers actually gaining at the open. The DAX in Frankfurt up 0.25%.
Now, finally for business, Nigeria has long been one of the richest oil producers in Africa, but now has a new promising natural resource. This is lithium, isn't it?
Often referred to as white gold in the global energy transition, lithium is a key component of electric vehicles and renewable energy storage. The mineral is abundant in Nigeria, and many locals have taken to mining it, with some minting small fortunes in the process. But illegal activities are rife in the sector, and some experts say a lack of regulation is compromising the economic benefits. Eliza Herbert reports.
The whitish rock these men are chipping away at is lithium. Hour after hour, they break pieces off the wall using hammers and chisels, usually filling 3 sacks a day to net around $100, more than double Nigeria's minimum wage. On a nearby main road, vendors then sort the lithium by quality to sell to informal networks.
Everybody, children and women are benefiting.
The critical metal used in mobile phones and electric batteries has been referred to as white gold for its use in the green energy transition. For resource-rich Nigeria, recent growth in demand has led to a lithium boom. However, it has come at a cost. Mines are often artisanal and illegal without respecting environmental guidelines, and many children are put to work by struggling families. Nigeria is seeking to expand its foreign investment, and multiple Chinese companies have already set up local plants to transform raw rock. However, experts stress the need for more exploration and regulation before outside parties move in.
Commonly known that a more elaborate exploration work has not been done. Number two, the technology deployed in mining has to be well monitored so that it will be a sustainable and smart mining that will be deployed in dealing with the environment.
Last year, the Nigerian government began a crackdown on illegal mining operations, arresting multiple Chinese nationals.
And that's it for business, Stuart.
Brian, thank you very much. Brian Quinn with the business news. As